In a city that always shines, there stood a mansion that people could not ignore. Not because it was the biggest, but because it looked like something out of a dream. A house surrounded by endless beauty. A garden that never stopped blooming. And windows that held morning light like it belonged there. This was not just a house. It was a symbol. A symbol of success. A symbol of perfection. But inside this perfect place lived a story no one could see. This house belonged to the Malik family. And inside it lived Zayn. Zayn lived in comfort, but not in peace. From the outside, his life looked complete. But inside him, there was a silence that felt heavy. He would stand in luxury rooms, but feel disconnected from everything around him. At night, when everything became quiet, his thoughts became loud. He started questioning things he could not explain. Who am I? Why does everything feel incomplete? Even when life looked perfect, something inside him felt missing. Even his reflection didn't feel like his own anymore. As if he was slowly becoming a stranger to himself. One evening, the silence inside the house changed. It became heavy, uncomfortable, unavoidable. Words started falling like pressure. His father spoke about legacy, about responsibility, about the future already waiting for him. But Zayn didn't hear motivation anymore. He only felt weight. Pressure that slowly turned into frustration. Until finally, it exploded. Silence replaced conversation. Distance replaced understanding. And something between them cracked. That night, Zayn left the house. No plan. No direction. Only escape. Rain slowly touched the streets, as if the sky itself was reacting to his decision. Behind him, a life of comfort slowly faded away. And in front of him, nothing was waiting. The city became louder. But inside Zayn, everything became quiet. He was physically present, but emotionally gone. Then one day, a phone rang. A voice he wasn't prepared for. A message that froze everything inside him. His father was in the hospital. He rushed back. And when he entered the hospital, the world felt different. Too white. Too silent. Too real. His father lay on the hospital bed. No longer strong. No longer distant. Just human. For the first time, Zayn saw him without power. Only vulnerability. Their eyes met. No anger. No judgment. Just silence. His father slowly raised his hand. And Zayn held it tightly. And in that silence, something inside Zayn broke. Later, Zayn found a letter. Written across many nights. By someone who never stopped hoping. Every line carried love, regret, and understanding. Zayn sat on the floor reading it. And for the first time, he didn't feel lost. He felt seen. That night, he prayed. Not for success, but for a chance to restart. He didn't change overnight. He didn't become perfect. He became consistent. He returned to studies. Returned to work. Returned to life. But this time, he was not running. He was building. He chose a path not for buildings, but for people. And slowly, life started responding back. Years later, Zayn stood in the middle of a courtyard that once had no life. Now it was filled with children laughing freely under warm sunlight. Light moving gently across the ground. And people finally using a space that once felt forgotten. His father stood beside him. Older now, slower, but peaceful in a way that no words could describe. For a long time, neither of them spoke. Because some emotions don't need language anymore. Zayn looked around slowly. And something inside him finally became calm. Not success. Not achievement. But understanding. He finally realized something that took him years to see clearly. Life was never punishing him. It was shaping him. Every confusion, every loss, every moment he thought he was going backwards, was actually preparing him for something deeper. And for the first time in his life, he didn't feel the need to run anymore, because he finally understood. Every moment he lived was already part of the path. Life doesn't remove things to punish you. It removes them to redirect you. Every failure is teaching direction. Every pain is building strength. Every silence is preparing purpose. And every confusion is shaping your future. So if you are in a phase where nothing makes sense, don't give up. Because the same chapter that feels like a tragedy today can become your greatest miracle tomorrow. The world thought it was a downfall, but it was actually the quiet construction of something greater.